Next thing up is the proposed amateur kickboxing rules and votes. With that said, we're going to have ISKA President Corey Schafer.
We're going to make this especially brief. Back in 2017, Mr. Foster's committee, which included California Commissioner Martha Shinarquitas, South Carolina referee Blake Grice, and myself, with the support of kickboxing leaders globally, retired champions, promoters, federation heads, presented to the ABC a proposed unified rules of professional kickboxing. That was passed unanimously at the time. We're very proud to now see the ABC unified rules of kickboxing being used in jurisdictions around the world, not just here in America. It was designed then as a resource for the Commission to hopefully attract promotions to your jurisdiction, and also to give you the tools necessary if you didn't already have kickboxing rules in place. One thing I did want to mention, I wanted to just touch on something Mr. Serb said. He said that his kickboxing and Muay Thai results he's been sending to our friends at BoxRec. You know, BoxRec back 2 years ago were gracious enough and at their own expense to develop KickRec, which was to be designed as an official database for reporting the results of kickboxing, no matter the brand, whether it be Muay Thai or Oriental rules or whatever. I don't know that the ABC has ever taken action to make that official. I would encourage that, and I know that I would use all of my global resources to see that results from outside of the Association of Boxing Commissions would also go to that database. The bottom line is information is power. When we know fighters' records, we can vet those matches better. When we have all suspensions being reported from all combat sports, we're in a better position to do our jobs. I'm here today to present at the request of the Colorado Commission and what has been approved by the committee, a proposed unified amateur rules for amateur kickboxing. It was sent to everybody. Thank you, Mike, for making sure that everybody had a copy of that in advance. Kickboxing, amateur and pro is really very similar. There are basically only 4 elements that differ from the approved unified rules of professional kickboxing and the proposed amateur rules. The first being that in professional kickboxing, the rule says bouts may consist of maximum of 10 rounds of 3 minutes each. For amateur, the consensus was that bouts may consist of a maximum of 9 rounds of 2 minutes each. In professional kickboxing, standing 8 count is not allowed. In amateur rules, the proposal is that the standing 8 count would be allowed to give the referee the opportunity to evaluate a fighter to determine if the fight should be continued or should be stopped. In professional kickboxing, striking the opponent's head with the knee is a legal technique. In amateur kickboxing, universally it's accepted that striking the knee to the head is a foul. No knees to the head. The final one is a professional in professional kickboxing, and again, this is really up to the state's jurisdiction, but the recommendation in the standard is for 8 and 10 ounce boxing gloves to be used. The recommendation, but again, leaving this at the discretion of each individual commission regarding any rules that have to do with required, mandatory, or optional equipment, but the general accepted guideline is 10 ounces and 12 ounces, depending upon where you put the break at 157 or 154 pounds. So on the whole, we have an approved set of professional, unified rules of kickboxing. The proposal for the amateur rules only vary in terms of those 4 elements for the proposed amateur kickboxing rules. And the agenda says that it comes to a vote. Obviously, that would take someone other than me to make that happen.
All right. Is there anyone who's a voting member of the ABC who would like to move to adopt, for the ABC to adopt these amateur kickboxing rules? We've got Frank Gentile. We've got a second by Matt Woodruff. We have a motion now that is properly moved and seconded, so we will move to discussion. Is there any discussion about the proposal of the ABC to adopt the unified rules that have been proposed as a model set of unified rules. Any discussion? Last opportunity for discussion. Is there any further discussion on this matter at all? If I do not hear any further discussion, we will move to a voice vote. Seeing no discussion, we will move to a voice vote. If you are in favor of adopting this set of unified rules as an ABC model set of unified rules, signify by saying aye. If you are opposed, signify by saying nay. The measure passes unanimously on a voice vote.
Thank you.